Hi, I'm Ling, and I'll be showing you how to crochet my tabletop Christmas trees with this video tutorial by Hooked On Patterns. These trees are worked from the top down and can be made to any height. Here I've made a 12-inch tree, and here's a 6-inch tree. These are both made using the same No. 5 chunky or bulky weight acrylic yarn with a 5mm hook, but you can use any yarn weight or type you prefer. Here's one I've made with a No. 4 worsted weight yarn and a 4mm hook. I have followed the exact same instructions as my previous 12-inch tree, but this one only measures 9 inches tall. They are constructed as hollow cones, so there's no stuffing required. In this video, I'll show you round by round how to create this 6-inch tree, but I'll also share the formula of how to keep increasing to reach any height that you want. You can also find the complete written instructions all the way up to the 12-inch tree over on my blog. We'll start with the tip of the tree and work our way down, creating these branches as we go. I'll be using this chunky or bulky weight acrylic yarn, which recommends using a 6mm hook. But we want our stitches a little stiffer for the tree to hold its shape, so I'll be using a 5mm hook, one size smaller than recommended. You'll also need a yarn needle and some scissors. We'll be using the following US crochet stitches and terms to make this tree: magic ring, chain, slip stitch, single crochet, increase, which is 2 single crochets in the same stitch, half double crochet, double crochet, and we'll be working into the back loops only for some rounds, and into the back and third loops of half double crochet stitches for some other rounds. Let's get started. Start by making a magic ring. I like to work a double magic ring, but you can work it however you prefer. You can even just chain 2 and work into the first chain if you find magic rings too tricky. Now for round 1, we'll chain 1 and work 4 single crochets into the magic ring. Our beginning chains will not count as stitches throughout this pattern. Now close the magic ring. And then slip stitch into the first single crochet to join the round. You'll have 4 stitches at the end of this round. You'll want to crochet over your starting tail, as it will be difficult to weave in afterwards. For round 2, start by chaining 1. We'll work 1 half double crochet into the first stitch. And then 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. Now we'll repeat that again. 1 half double crochet into the next stitch, and then 2 half double crochets into the following stitch. Make sure you keep the right side of the stitches showing on the outside. The tail should be on the inside. Now we'll slip stitch into the first half double crochet to join. We should now have 6 stitches. For round 3, start by chaining 1. Work 1 half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then work 2 half double crochets into the following stitch. Now repeat that again. Half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. And 2 half double crochets into the last stitch. And slip stitch into the first stitch to join. We should now have 8 stitches. Now we're going to work our first round of branches, and here's the important part. Turn to work in the opposite direction. We'll be working the branches into these outer back loops only for this round. Start by chaining 1. Work a single crochet into this back loop only. So you should only have 1 strand over your hook, like this. Now work 3 double crochets all into the next back loop only. Now we'll repeat that for the rest of the round. Single crochet in the next back loop only. Followed by 3 double crochets in the back loop only. Single crochet in the next back loop only, and 3 double crochets in the following back loop only. Single crochet, and 3 double crochets in the last back loop only. Now slip stitch into the first single crochet to join. You would have worked a total of 16 stitches and made 4 branches for this round. Now we need to turn back around to work in the original direction again. We'll be working into the same half double crochets as the previous round, starting with the one at the base of the last 3 double crochets we've just finished. Start by chaining 2. We'll be working half double crochets through the back loops and the third loops of the previous half double crochets at the base of the stitches we've just made for the branches. So yarn over and insert your hook directly through at the base of these 3 double crochets. You should find that you'll naturally go under the back loop and the third loop of that half double crochet stitch, and will have 2 loops over your hook. Finish making the half double crochet. Continue inserting the hook at the base of the previous stitches to work a half double crochet through the back and third loops all the way around. The number of stitches should match the previous round of half double crochets, so that would be 8 stitches. You can count them as you go to keep track. Now slip stitch into the first half double crochet to join. So that's 8 stitches for this round. Next, we're going to make an increase round using single crochets. Start by chaining 1. Make 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then increase by working 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Now repeat that for the rest of the round. 1 single crochet followed by an increase. 1 single crochet followed by an increase. 1 single crochet, and increase in the last stitch. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. We should now have 12 stitches as we've increased by 4. For round 7, chain 1 and work 1 half double crochet into each stitch around. And then slip stitch into the first stitch to join. We should still have 12 stitches. Now we'll work another round of branches, so we need to turn again. Chain 1 and work this round into the back loops only. Single crochet into the first back loop, and work 3 double crochets into the next back loop. Now repeat this all the way around. Alternate 1 single crochet and 3 double crochets through the back loops only of each stitch. You should always finish with working a 3 double crochet in the last back loop when working these branches rounds. Slip stitch into the first stitch to join. You would have worked 24 stitches and made 6 branches for this round. Now we need to turn again so that our first stitch will now be the base of the last set of 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and work half double crochets through the back and third loops of each stitch, like before, inserting your hook through the base of the previous stitches to come under 2 strands. And slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Again, the number of stitches for this round should match the previous round of half double crochets, so 12 stitches for this round. Now we'll increase by 4 again with single crochets. For round 10, start by chaining 1. This time we'll work single crochets in each of the next 2 stitches before increasing in the third stitch. So 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and increase with 2 single crochets. Now repeat this all the way around. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches, followed by an increase. Again, single crochet, single crochet, and increase. Single crochet, single crochet, and increase. We should always end with an increase on these increase rounds. And slip stitch into the first stitch to join. So we've increased by 4 stitches and should now have 16 stitches. Now we work another round of half double crochets. Chain 1 and half double crochet in each stitch around. And finish with a slip stitch into the first stitch to join. We should still have 16 stitches. Now we'll repeat the 4 round sequence again. Turn and work the branches in the back loops only. Start by chaining 1. Work a single crochet in the back loop, followed by 3 double crochets in the next back loop. And repeat this all the way around. Single crochet followed by 3 double crochets in the back loops only. Remember, the last stitch of these rounds should always be a 3 double crochet, and slip stitch to join the round. We should now have 8 branches. Turn and work the half double crochets through the back and third loops for round 13. Start by chaining 2 and work half double crochets through both strands all the way around. And slip stitch into the first stitch to join. We should have 16 stitches at the end of this round. Now for round 14, we'll work an increase round. Start by chaining 1. We'll now work 3 single crochets followed by an increase. So 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then an increase. Repeat this all the way around. Single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and increase. Again, we'll always end with an increase on these increase rounds. Slip stitch to join the round. We should now have 20 stitches. For round 15, we'll half double crochet around, starting with a chain 1, half double crochet in each stitch. And slip stitch into the first stitch to join. We should still have 20 stitches. And that completes the 4 round pattern sequence. Let's go again. Turn and work another round of branches. Chain 1 and work single crochet and 3 double crochets in the back loops only. Repeat all the way around, alternating single crochet followed by 3 double crochets in the back loops only for the rest of the round. and slip stitch to join the round. We should now have 10 branches. The number of branches increases by 2 each time. Now turn and work the half double crochets into the back and third loops again. So start with a chain 2 and work through the base of the previous stitches. Half double crochet through each stitch all the way around. Slip stitch to join. And we should have 20 stitches. Now work an increase round. This time we'll work 4 single crochets before increasing in the 5th stitch. So chain 1 and work single crochet in the next 4 stitches. And increase in the following stitch. Repeat that all the way around. 4 single crochets followed by an increase. Each time we work these increase rounds, we simply add 1 more single crochet before working the increase stitch. Finish with a slip stitch to join. We should now have 24 stitches at the end of this round. For round 19, we'll work a round of half double crochets again. So chain 1 and work 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. And slip stitch to join. That's 24 stitches for this round. And that completes another pattern sequence. Each 4 round pattern sequence consists of a branch round, a half double crochet round, a single crochet increase round, and a half double crochet round. Let's keep going. Turn and work a branch round. Chain 1 and work single crochet through the back loop only, followed by 3 single crochets through the back loop only. Repeat this for the rest of the round. Alternate single crochet and 3 double crochets through the back loops only. and slip stitch to join. You should have 12 branches for round 20. Turn back around and work the half double crochets. Chain 2 and work a half double crochet through the back and third loops of each stitch around. And slip stitch to join. You should have 24 stitches. For round 22, we'll work an increase round. Chain 1 and work single crochets into the next 5 stitches, followed by an increase. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now increase. Repeat this around. Single crochet in the next 5 stitches, followed by an increase. And slip stitch to join around. We should now have 28 stitches. For round 23, we'll work a round of half double crochets again. Chain 1 and half double crochet in each stitch around. Slip stitch to join. And that's another pattern sequence done. Let's work one more sequence. Turn and work the branches. Chain 1, single crochet in the back loop only, and then work 3 double crochets in the back loop only. Repeat this all the way around. Single crochet and 3 double crochets in the back loops only. and slip stitch to join. We now have 14 branches for round 24. Turn back around, chain 2 and work half double crochets through the back and third loops around. Slip stitch to join, and we should have 28 stitches at the end of round 25. For round 26, chain 1 and work an increase round. This time work in 6 single crochets before an increase. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and increase. Repeat that all the way around. 6 single crochets followed by an increase. And slip stitch to join the round. We should now have 32 stitches. Now we work another half double crochet round. Chain 1 and half double crochet in each stitch. And then slip stitch to join the round. We should still have 32 stitches. Now I'm going to stop here and show you how to finish off for my 6-inch tree, but you can keep repeating the pattern sequence until you reach the height that you want. Let's go over the 4 round pattern sequence again. So for the first sequence round, you turn and work a branches round. For the second sequence round, you turn and work half double crochets through the back and third loops, one for each stitch. For the third sequence round, you work an increase round using single crochets, increasing the round by 4 stitches. To work out your increase round, you just want to add one more single crochet before your increase for each additional sequence repeat. If you forget how many you've worked for the previous increase round, you can work it out with a simple formula. Take the number of half double crochets and divide it by 4. This will give you the stitch number that you will work the increase stitch into, so the amount before that number will be how many single crochets to work. And then for the fourth sequence round, you work a round of half double crochets in each stitch. You'll always want to end with this last half double crochet round before finishing off the tree. Now I'll show you how to finish off. To make a sturdier base, we'll finish with a round of slip stitches. Just start with going straight into the first stitch and work a slip stitch in each stitch around. And then slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Cut the yarn and pull the end through to fasten off. Now just weave in your tail end to secure it. And then trim off the excess yarn. And that's the tree complete. It's now ready to stand on display as it is, or you could decorate your tree with little ribbons, buttons or tinsel wire like this. You could even add fairy lights to your tree. I've used these 2-meter copper wire bottle lights. For white or lighter colour trees, you can simply pop the lights inside the cone like this. For darker colours, you can pull the individual light bulbs through the fabric for the lights to show. To do this easily, you can use your crochet hook. Just insert the hook where you want the light to be, feel along the wire for the light bulb, and hook it onto your crochet hook. And then gently pull the bulb through the fabric. Now gently flatten the wire to keep the bulb in place, like so. Be careful not to snap the wires as you do this. You may want to keep checking that they still work as you go. And there you have a mini festive Christmas tree for your desk at work or your sideboard table. Thanks for watching! For more free patterns, visit hookedonpatterns.com and be sure to subscribe for more video tutorials.